Hey refs, Professor Chris Rodriguez here, aka the Midget Twister, and I am here to talk to you about the rules and scoring and expectations that we have here at Art of Grappling for our referees. I'm really excited for our adult show. We had a phenomenal kids show, and we know that this adult show is just going to be just as good, if not better. So let's get started. First off, I want to say thank you. I know how difficult your job is. It is probably the least favorited job at any tournament. So I do want to say thank you. We appreciate your your willingness to take on such a difficult position. We want to put this out on the table from the beginning. Our referees are not allowed to compete. You're either reffing or you're competing. We really want you to be able to focus on one or the other. What we will do is we will allow you to compete in the absolute division, but you are not allowed to do your no-gi or gi divisions. All right, we need to put that out there. So if you change your mind because you really want to compete, that's fine. We'd love to have you as a competitor, but you're either a competitor or you're a referee. You can't be both. Okay, and we just hope you guys understand that. We are trying to be run very, very efficiently. We want everything starting on time and ending on time, and we won't be able to do that if we're missing referees. Very, very famous quote. I try to live my life by this ever since I was a little kid. To be early is to be on time, all right? Like I said, we pride ourselves on being efficient. So please, you need to report at 8:30 a.m., not pulling into the parking garage at 8:30 a.m. You are at and on the mat at 8:30 a.m. You need to be wearing black slacks as well as a black polo. We will provide you an Art of Grappling referee name tag. And we suggest that you park in the parking garage, all right? So let's talk a little bit about the logistics of the Downtown Hilton. We are having the tournament once again at the Downtown Hilton. It's going to look similar, but it's going to be a little bit differently. At the kids' tournament, we had all 6 rings ran on one side of the cage. Well, this time, this is what it's going to look like, all right? We are going to have the cage in the center. The warm-up mats will be located behind. There will be weigh-ins right behind there. We will have our awards stage and banners located here. So our members or our competitors will enter through this door. We will have rings 1, 2, and 3 over on this side, and rings 4, 5, and 6 located on this side. You'll notice we've got the tables, cage side, and then on opposite ends of the table, we're doing something a little bit differently here. We have what's called bullpens, okay? And we'll talk a little bit more about the bullpen a little bit later on in the video. But that's what the logistics of the room is going to look like. It's a beautiful ballroom. It's got chandeliers hanging. It's a really, really nice venue. We're really excited to be in there once again. So, what's going to happen once the tournament gets started? At 9:45, we will have a rules meeting. 10 o'clock sharp, the brackets are going to be coming to you already filled out. So, you don't have to worry about filling them out. You don't have to worry about separating anybody in the division. That's my job as tournament director. I will get that done, and I will hand it to you. It will have the opponents' names written down. As you can see, this is a 3 fighter round robin. We will be doing round robins for any brackets that have 3 people. So A fights B and C fights the loser of C, and then C fights the loser of A and B, and then it goes on. All right. So these are exactly what the brackets are going to look like. When the bracket comes to your table, we will come around. We will call the bracket. We will say men's 139.9 no gi beginner division, please report to ring number 1, and we will call out their names. Aaron, Rick, Richie, please report to ring number 1. Once they come to your ring coordinator, it's just a fancy name for table worker, but the ring coordinator will check off their name, and you will take them to the bullpen, which is located directly across from the ring, right? So we've got the table worker, we've got the ring, and then we've got the bullpen. All competitors in that bracket must stay in the bullpen. If they leave the bullpen, they will be subject to being disqualified. This is going to save us a ton of time on searching for people. Your bracket will be already in the bullpen All you got to do is call them over. You're not going to have to be screaming at the top of your lungs, calling them on the mic, asking the family members or teammates or coaches where they are. You're already going to know where they're going to be because they're going to be in the bullpen. Once the bracket is done, we will have runners. We will have a runner for rings 1, 2, and 3, and we will have a runner for rings 4, 5, and 6. The runner will come. They'll pick up the bracket. They'll take the winners of the bracket over to the award stage, and then we will have somebody award them their medal. So you're not even going to have to touch a medal. You're not going to have to run over and grab banners. We're going to be taking care of that for you. So let's talk a little bit about the divisions. We are starting for our first Art of Grappling adult competition. We are starting with 3 divisions. We've got beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Beginner is 1 year and under. Intermediate is 1 to 2.5 years. And advanced is 2.5 years and up. That criteria will be the same for gi and no gi. Our time limits for women and beginners are going to be 4 minutes. For intermediate, it's 5 minutes. For advanced, it's 6 minutes. And for the absolute, it's going to be 7 minutes. Now, illegal moves for beginner divisions. No leg locks, nothing below the belt. No heel hooks, no toe holds, no knee bars, no crushes. Of course, no slamming. All right. Illegal moves for intermediate and advanced divisions, there are none. Everything's legal. All right. With the exception of in the gi, no heel hooks. No heel hooks for beginner, no heel hooks for intermediate, and no heel hooks for advanced. All right. No heel hooks at all in the gi. So, no gi and gi point scoring. We are a little unique with our scoring, and there's some reasoning for that. I cannot stand stalling. I cannot stand seeing these matches being won by 1 advantage point or 2 advantage points. I want to see jiu-jitsu. I want to see people rolling. I want to see the beauty of our sport and what we do. And, seeing 2 grown men tickling each other, trying to play with each other's feet, grabbing advantage points, to me, is not jiu-jitsu. Helio was rolling over in his grave when Keenan and Maeo were fighting the other weekend. All right, to me, that's not jiu-jitsu. So let's talk about Art of Grappling and our scoring. We give deep submission attempt points. You are going to get 2 points for a deep submission attempt. I am talking about this armbar is locked in, this leg lock is locked in, this toe hold is locked in, this choke is completely locked in, and their opponent really had to fight and struggle to get out. They got out. Well, we're going to award you 2 points for being a ninja and for being a legit jiu-jitsu practitioner and actually going for the submission. So, somebody gets some points. Somebody earns some points. You as a referee, you got a couple of responsibilities. 1, you're going to need to call out the number. So, it's not just going to be enough to raise your arm. You need to actually call out the number. So, let's say red just swept blue. So, you would say red, 2 points, sweep. We want to say it loudly enough so the competitor can hear it, your table worker can hear it, and the coaches can hear it as well. We want everybody on the same page with why we are scoring, the way we are scoring, and what you are scoring, and who you're scoring it for. So, deep submission attempts, 2 points. Takedowns that land in side mount, 3 points. Takedowns that land in the guard, 2 points. Mount and back, it's going to be 4 points. For mount, both knees need to be down on the ground. For back, both hooks need to be in. Body triangles do not count. For passing the guard, 3 points. For knee on belly, 2 points. For reversals, no points. So from going from bottom mount and reversing somebody over, no points. From going from bottom side mount to top side mount, no points, all right? And all positions, of course, need to be held for 3 seconds. I don't care what your 3-second count is. Your 3-second count might be 1, 2, 3, and you put it up. That's fine. Your 3-second count might be 1, 2, 3, and then you put it up. That's fine. I don't care what your count is. Just be consistent. Throughout the day, just make sure your 1, 2, 3 count is consistent, okay? Now, something that we are doing completely different. If you pull guard, all right, if blue sits down and pulls guard, whether he has his grips or he doesn't have his grips, if he sits down and pulls guard, he is awarding his opponent 1 point. He is giving 1 point to red. Why are we doing this? Because we want you to work your wrestling. We want to see takedowns. We don't want to see people just sitting to their butt and then racking up points with submission attempts. So, if you want to pull guard, that's A-okay. You don't want to work your takedowns, that's fine. but you are handing 1 point over to the opponent. So if you see blue, sit down and pull guard, you're going to say red, 1 point, blue sat guard. And now everybody knows why. All right, so it's a little bit different what we're doing. For pulling guard, you are awarding your opponent 1 point. Some noteworthy rules, just, make sure everybody's on the same page. No biting, hair pulling, spitting, eye gouging, fish hooking, slamming in order to get out of the guard. Your rules are final. However, we will look at tape. All right, referees make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. It happens. Our head referee, as well as myself, will have the final say-so in the ruling if there is a questionable call. Fight shorts and shirts must be worn, or a rash guard. Okay, we are not letting anybody go without their shirt on. Referees, you have the ability to cancel the match if you feel like somebody is in dire danger, all right? If you think that their arm is about to be broken, I will give you the okay to stop a match. Wrestling shoes are optional. Stalling will not be tolerated. You get 1 warning and then 1 point deductions from here on out, all right? We will do overtimes, half the time of the original match if it is even, and we will be giving advantages for near guard passes or near sweeps. You're not going to give advantages for submission attempts because we are giving points for deep submission attempts, but we will give advantages for near sweeps or near guard passes, all right? If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Shoot me an email, midgettwister@gmail.com or artofgrapplingusa@gmail.com. Shoot me a text or give me a call, 813-244-1293. We're all friends on Facebook. Hit me up on Facebook if you have any questions, any concerns. Guys, if there's a reason why you don't think you're going to be able to make it, or you're changing your mind after you're watching this video, maybe you really wanted to compete or something popped up, please just let us know. No hard feelings. We really want to try to work with the same group. The last group, you guys were phenomenal. I mean, I couldn't be happier with the team camaraderie that we had. Everybody was on time. We finished early. You guys did a phenomenal job. We had no complaints. We had nothing but just great compliments from everybody. So we'd really love to work with you again. We have a couple of newcomers on this time. We're going to be doing a couple of extra referees so you can get some break times. We will be feeding you lunch, of course, again at 12 o'clock, sandwiches. And again, if you have any questions, concerns, hit me up. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. The most prepared are the most dedicated, and that goes with anything in life. So prepare for a phenomenal, great day, and we will see you June 29th. If you want to swing by for the weigh-ins, we are doing weigh-ins the evening before from 6 to 8 p.m. At the venue. So if you want to swing by and check the venue out, we'll be fully set up. Otherwise, we will see you 8:30 sharp, June 29th, Saturday at the Downtown Hilton. Have a great day, guys.